Hey everybody, it's my last review of October, and you know what that means? Okay, probably not, because none of you have probably watched my channel before I started doing manga reviews, but let's just say the last two Halloweens have not been a very pleasurable experience for me. Magic annotations, if you want to. I'm not saying you have to, it's not a command. Oh, my younger days. But as for right now, though, it doesn't look like anything's gonna happen.
You will die!
What the hell was that thing? Whoa. We're just gonna brush that off? Really? The Grim Reaper tells me I'm gonna die, we just completely ignore that? Okay, whatever. Hey everybody, Tekking101 here to do Bleach chapter 470 entitled Prey for Predators. Okay, so the chapter continues from last week. Rukia is trapped in the stuffed doll. She's being chased by Riruka, who's calling her Deviko. And Rukia responds by saying, "Who is Deviko? I'm wearing a bunny costume, at least call me Usako." Yeah, so for everyone out there that's not already Japanese, let me introduce a new segment on the show entitled Japanese Play on Words That I Do Not Understand Because I'm Not Japanese. To the translator notes! Alright, let's see here. We got ko, which means devil, so it's a common suffix for the Japanese female name, and I guess Ruki is female, so that makes sense. And then we have usa, which comes from usagi, and that means bunny, so... okay, so that means that E equals MC squared. Okay, I have no idea. And don't leave a comment below about exactly how that joke works. I really don't care. Anyway, Riruka finally explains what kind of plushie that Rukia's body's inside of, and you know, a lot of people had a different questions exactly what it was. I, for one, thought it was a bunny, and then, like, you know, like a bunch of people in the comments were like, "No, it's not a bunny. It's a puppy. It's like a puppy plushie." Turns out we were both wrong. It's a freaking devil. Gotta admit, though, that's clever. Did not think of that, because, you know, I don't know about you, personally, but when I think of devil, I think of this. Yes, so when I think of Rukia as the devil, I think of this. Yeah, this does not really enter my field of possibilities here, but hey, she has a spiky tail. I guess that makes sense, right? Well, whatever. So she keeps running away, and she realizes that she's faster than her. But then Riruka uses her bringer step. I'm guessing I'm just going to call it that. I don't really care. So she tries to step on her, but Rukia realizes she can still use her shumpo, and she avoids it. And that's when she gets the idea, since even though her soul is trapped in the body, she still has all her spiritual pressure, so she should still be able to use all her Keto attacks. Cue epic Bleach music! Huh. Fail. Anyway, we cut back over to Ichigo and Ginjo's fight, and holy shit! Is it just me, or does Kubo deliberately make Ginjo look more devilish every single time he makes a new appearance, ever since he got his powers back? Because, wow, that's crazy. Well, whatever. He uses a technique. I don't know if it's like just a sword swing or if it's that technique he used before against Tsukishima. But he causes a large blast in Karakura town. Meanwhile, Uryu, I guess I don't exactly know what happened in between the last fight, because Ichigo and Uryu, they like split up, like they're separate and in separate locations all over town. But whatever. Uryu is on the ground. And he's trying to figure out a way to end the fight in one hit. By analyzing Ginjo's abilities, and I guess Ginjo can't sense spiritual pressure, or this fight would be over really quickly. But he hypothesizes that because he absorbed Ichigo's full bring, he didn't just get the full bring, he got like Ichigo's powers in general. So basically it's just... So Ichigo lands beside him, and he walks up to him in like the most casual pose ever. I mean, his hands in his pockets, he's like, "Hey, got any nice ideas?" I remind you, less than like a dozen chapters ago, this is what he looked like. He was a complete mental wreck. It's like, as soon as he got his powers back, he doesn't even care what Tsukishima did to everyone before. Like, it made him, like, freaking cry. It's like, "Oh, okay, dude, you want to freaking take over my friends and family's minds and make them think that they're their friend?" Go ahead, man. I'll just kick your ass because I got a big-ass sword now. Whatever. So anyway, Uru responds, but he doesn't have any ideas how to kill him in one hit. And he's about to tell Ichigo about the whole, he has his copy of his Ryatsu, but of course, because it's Ichigo, he doesn't listen, and immediately appears in front of Ginjo. So they have a little back and forth about if they planned anything while they were hiding. Ichigo responds that, yeah, I just checked and we got nothing. just a little bits of Ichigo in this chapter. He just seems like so sarcastic in this chapter. Like he knows like 100% chance he's gonna win, so he's gonna take his like time and be really sarcastic and lax and everything. But anyway, he charges up another Getsuga Tensho, and Ginjo acts really sarcastic to him as well. He's like, "Bring it on! That attack almost killed me earlier. If you want to defeat me, it's probably the only one you can try." It's the only attack he has, but whatever. I figure since you have his Ryatsu, you should probably know that. So Ichigo shoots the Getsuga Tensho, and I'm not going to use the soundbite this time because I think it's overused, but Ginjo cuts it in half and sends out his own Getsuga Tensho right when Uryu appears behind him and tries to shoot him down with a freaking awesome new bow, too. I mean, yeah, I don't know about that. Like, we saw before, like, he still uses his normal Genri Kojuko bow, because I think he used it against Ginjo a couple chapters ago when he showed back up on the battlefield. But I guess he just had that random short bow lying in his pocket. I don't know. I don't know, it is possible, because remember Ryukin had a bow like that too, like an actual solid bow that he like materialized out of nothing, so I guess that's possible. But, yeah. Ichigo survived the blast. He shows up next to Uryu and he tells him, you know, why didn't you listen to me when I told you that he had all your Ryatsu? And Ichigo makes kind of a good point here. Well, even if I listened to him, it's not like it would make him any weaker. So there's really no point. But anyway, he says that it's very evident that after the last attack, he simply didn't steal your Ryatsu, he possesses all of your abilities. Oh my god, does this mean Ginjo can use all of Ichigo's attacks? Like Getsuga Tensho? And, well, there's also, no, well, Getsuga Tensho, and... yeah, unless he can use Bankai, he's pretty much out of ideas. Epic stare down. So we cut back over to Rukia. She's on the floor beaten. I don't know if that's from the Kido or if, like, Riruka beat her up some more in between shots, but she's sitting on the ground, and Riruka's pointing her love gun at her, which I don't really know what she's planning on doing with that, because it just shoots out. I mean, I guess she could crush her with, like, a dresser or something, but whatever. She says, I guess I finally realized that Fullbringers aren't normal humans. And she goes, and Rukia notices that Riruka's really obsessed with the concept of a Fullbringer, which isn't a normal human, and just a normal human. So Riruka goes on, so she asks him, is it important to be not normal? And Riruka goes on to a kind of out-of-character speech here. She says, of course it is. It's because we aren't normal that we met Tsukishima. It's because we aren't normal that Ginjo saved us. And yeah, I really don't know if you want to be considering those positives. Oh, not because Ginjo and Tsukishima are villains, it's just that their personalities seem really bland. I mean, Tsukishima seems like the person that would just, like, hang out in the party reading a book. He wouldn't really get, you know, on the dance floor or anything. I was like, in terms of friendship, I don't know. But she continues onward, and then we have flashbacks. She keeps explaining, and we see flashbacks to all the different Execution members when they first joined Execution, I'm guessing. Yuriko didn't have an eye patch. Yukio and Jackie are younger. And she said, you've probably realized, haven't you, that the law of the jungle is not a simple concept. I'll explain to you how our law of justice works. And manga reader kind of screwed up on this, and they put the sidebar in the speech bubble again. So Riruka is talking about herself in the third person. But, yeah, that's the end of the chapter, and like I expected before, what we're gonna get is a flashback. I called that. I so freaking called that back in, when Jackie died after sacrificing herself with Renji's fight. I knew right away there was going to be a flashback in the next couple chapters, because we had Jackie, we had Yukio, they were, like, alluding to it. So yeah, and pretty much everybody else is dead at this point. Yukio is, like, trapped in ice, probably. Jackie and Gariko are dead. Ginjo and Tsukishima really aren't in the position to tell the past. So yeah, Riruka is going to, probably go on a flashback of the Execution members, so we get to look forward to that in the next couple chapters. But you know, other than that, I like the chapter. Continuing on the Rukia thing, that's good. They did that okay. They didn't make a cone reference. I'm really kind of peeved about that. I'm like, how can you do that? You're trapped in a stuffed animal. It should be physically impossible for you not to make a cone reference. But whatever. Ichigo and Ginjo's fight's going to be probably, like, I imagine there would be like a 3 side-by-side thing with Ichigo and Ginjo's fight, Tsukishima and Byakuya, and Riruka. I mean, this is after the flashback. Yeah, so flashback next chapter, and that's about it. Tekking101 signing out. What the? Ow. Ugh.